Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dream Daddy. Last we left off, we have gone to the aquarium with Hugo and a bunch of preteens. You know, just the normal. Anyway, so last we left off, yes, we were trying to make sure that we didn't get the sea life damaging our perfectly moisturized tans. Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Don't you want to pet some rays, Laura? Oh, I think I'm good. I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Come on, it'll be fun and informative. Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of these things are, but I get the feeling they will probably bite me in my delicious hands if given the chance. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their barbs removed, the horseshoe crabs only eat little clams, and the anemones are perfectly safe to touch. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank. Slowly dipping my hand into the cold water, I touch a stingray as it glides past me. See? Not so bad. It feels like fun, slimy leather. That's a pretty accurate way of describing it, actually. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right? I dive my hand back into the touch tank with renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some merchants and I feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab. Those things, by the way, are really fascinating, and given the age of the species, that's actually pretty impressive. They're a very early evolution of life. My hand brushes against Hugo's. Wow, I misread that for a second. My hand brushes against Hugo's ass. Whoops! Getting a little touchy-feely on the first date, huh? And especially in front of middle schoolers. Okay. As we reach for the same anemone, I pull away, blushing. Hugo smiles at me. Hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Oh, I like him. Sorry, I just get a little carried away sometimes. Wait. That girl over there looks suspicious. Why's that?
Oh.
Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Oh, she's probably stuffed a fish in there. Susan! Susan, get back here! Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit. Wanna tell me what's in the bag? Textbooks? Wanna tell me what's really in the bag? Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Look, kid. I'm not afraid to hit a child. No. Probably don't need to take it to a serious thing, but we don't have time for games here. Whatever it is, it goes back into the touch tank. Now. You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do.
Oh.
Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down? Next time, we won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
Whoa.
Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Hey! I'm sorry, I was busy petting the fish! Jesus, Susan, what was your plan? I was trying to free him. To where? Outside? Where he was gonna die?
I don't know.
Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, and hands where we can see him. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder. Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last. In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks. Sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surround us.
Oh.
Look over here! Hugo points to some seahorses gathered at the bottom of a tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth.
Hey.
That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones.
Ah.
Fun fact, male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day. I mean, most animals can. I mean, I know especially smaller animals that are in fact even more susceptible to becoming pregnant right after giving birth. Man, we thought we had it hard.
Oh.
I wonder if they have to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years, too. All however many thousand of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Oh.
It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Okay, Hugo, I love you. Just saying. I think that's actually a very important message to take away from this. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get it. We'll get there. We finally make our way over to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Penguins! Do we get to see the penguins?
Ah.
Yes, we get to see the penguins. Or, yes, we get to see the penguins. Hell yes. Our group of kids run around the exhibits. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. Do not do this. This can actually really disturb the animals. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad.
Huh?
Hugo suddenly grabs my arm. Oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure! Oh shit. Wait, just kidding! It's very bad! Is it one of ours? It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend. I look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? We gotta stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life. Hugo looks around. Why do I have a sneaking suspicion about what this is gonna be like? Is this gonna be a game? I'll create a distraction. Hugo runs towards the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Everybody, everybody, everybody! I have an announcement. The whole room turns towards Hugo.
Oh.
Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins. Everybody just stares at Hugo, confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and am greeted by a cold blast of air. Psst, hey! The girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold. You can't be in here. Neither can you! I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping. Oh no, okay, this is my Achilles heel too. I cannot walk on ice. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me.
I don't know.
Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins. The crowd is still somehow enraptured. Kid, what are you even doing? I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom. Where are they even going to go? They're gonna live in my closet. That's not freedom. Look, I just don't even have the time to argue about this. We gotta get out of here. Not until I save a penguin. Little known fact is that penguins only live in cold climates. With some exceptions. So they don't all live in cold climates if you're splitting hairs here. Did I mention that they don't fly? The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time. Well, I'm trying to think of what's actually going to work here. I cheat. I'm going to cheat. Honestly, my method is try to relate to her, but like, let's see if that works. I think back to the time I released all of the feeder mice from the pet store. It was a disaster. I was 6, but it was a disaster. Molly, you know, life can be cruel. Money? Give me money. I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me. Molly thinks for a second. Okay, well, give it to me right now. I reach into my pockets and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Okay, well, I have $12 and some change. Also, there's a button here. Is that enough? Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal. We move to shake on our agreement before I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds.
Block that bird!
How? Oh. Am I just slapping penguins? Is that what this is? this? What? What is this? Did it work? No. No, no, no!
That team.
Mission complete. Okay. Did I bribe some of the penguins too? Hey, no penguins escaped! Woo! Bribery works! Jesus Christ. This is not how... I guess, whatever. Whew, glad that's over. Just in time, too. Looks like Hugo's wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech. Boy, you know, there's some sentences that you expect to say in a day, and that's not one of them for me. And that's why I think penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clamp out of a sense of duty. Everybody starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Molly, what were you doing in there? I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. You realize that the penguins can only survive in the Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands. Well, it was the thought that counts. No, Molly, it wasn't. Molly turns to me. You owe me $8.
Whoa.
What? I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan, I suppose so they can compare animal thief notes.
Ah.
You're not off the hook, Molly.
Hmm?
Lord, did you just bribe a child? Well, honesty is technically the best thing, but I'm not gonna go with I don't know what she's talking about, but you can't play by the rules when there's penguins on the line. Listen, man, we've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed in a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. The me today knows different. I only wish I could go back. Let's just get through the day and get out of here. He probably does not approve of bribing the child. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop, and we make our way out to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load onto the buses, Hugo pulls me aside. Hey, Lore, thank you so much for helping out today. You're a lifesaver. It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun. Let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards? Hell yes. There is nothing on earth more satisfying than a good cheese board. Great. Well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. I walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where the panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door. What you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin. We've all been there. I had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw.
Yeah.
You got to go into the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us? Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though. I'm surprised he helped complete a covert up. He's usually kind of a what? Kind of a stick in the mud? He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes. You mean take a nap? There's a difference. You'll learn when you become a father. Yeah, resting your eyes is usually when you close your eyes for several minutes, but you generally keep an awareness of the world around you, and an actual nap is where you conk out for 7 hours. And now you know the trade secrets. Date complete. Let's see, how did I do here?
Looks
Woo!
like Paradise Lost just got found.
Really? Is that what you're going with? Well, I like him. This is, in real life, this would be a person that I would like to get to know better.
Welcome.
Huh.
You've got dads.
All right. Well, I've had a date with Damien. I've had a date with Hugo. Let's see, of the other ones that I would be interested in, maybe we could give a poke at Matt. Matt is his name because I can read names when they're written right out in front of me. Yeah, music enthusiast. I'm glad that I was able to make it through that fucking game. It was not exactly difficult per se, but I navigate to Matt's dad book page and type out a message. Hey man, great getting to see you at the barbecue. We should definitely hang soon. You free later? A minute or two later, I hear a ding and see Matt's response. Hey dude, I'd be so down for that. I'm actually catching a show tonight at the Soundgarden. Want to come out? I had to think for a moment. What's a Soundgarden? It's a concert venue, but also a band that a lot of people listened to back when it was cool to have soul patches. Isn't it cool to have soul patches now? Well, anyway, I suppose it depends on the culture you're still in. Oh man, I haven't been to a real concert since Amanda was born. Am I ready for this? While I'm thinking, another message pops up on the screen. PUP is playing tonight. Cool little indie pop punk rock band out of Canada. Should be a fun one. I didn't know you were allowed to string that many words together to describe a band. Whatever, let's go out of our comfort zone. Oh. I log off of a dad book and think for a second. Wait, when was the last time I went to a concert? I mentally backtrack decades through memories of denim jean jackets and a moral panic over teenagers turning to the occult. Oh dear God, 80s and early 90s. Yeah, that was the thing. If you guys ever want to look into the Satanism scare of the 80s and early 90s, that was certainly a thing. I think the safety dance is actually in reference to some of that, how to dance safely while listening to rock music or something like that. Oh God, I had a mullet back then. Oh God, I thought it was cool. Oh God, other people thought it was cool. I finally remember the strange 80s prog rock I used to listen to and mentally envision all of the airbrushed vans in the parking lot. Man, how did anyone survive the 80s? Admittedly, I was very young myself when it was the 80s, but... Okay, so I haven't been to a concert in a long time. What do we even do at concerts now? I spend most of the day pacing around the house and thinking about my relationship with coolness. I mean, I always thought I was cool, at least relative to a bunch of other dads my age. Dad, what are you doing? I look over and see Amanda at the door, just getting home from school.
Oh.
Anyway, what's up? Amanda, how do I be cool? Let me put on a pot of coffee first. This is gonna be a long night. No, seriously, Matt invited me to a concert, and I don't think I've been to one since you were born.
Ugh.
Yeah, you have. You took me to one when I was 12, remember? I'm suddenly overwhelmed by the memory of a sea of screaming preteens. Oh God. I tried so hard to forget. The one where I had to camp out with you in line so you could get a good spot and then you cried and screamed the whole time? Dad, it was so much more than that, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. Oh, you're not ashamed. You seemed pretty ashamed when I found all those drawings you made of those dancing boys kissing in your trapper keeper. Yeah, well, you didn't even find the good stuff. You know... Anyway, you should be all set for the concert if you remember that. Just bring a big glittery sign and cry a lot and you'll fit right in. Well, it's at a smaller place, and I think Matt mentioned that they're a punk band? Like... DIY gutter punk? Thrash? Straight edge? Come on, Dad, give me something to work with here. Are they post-punk, proto-punk, C-punk, Jeremy punk? What's Jeremy punk? I made that one up to see if I could get away with it. They're not positive hardcore, are they? He said that they're Canadian punk? Oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Does the idea of Canadian punk seem contradictory to you? I don't see friendship and politeness as core tenets of the punk scene. Well, punk is kind of a big genre that may not be as dangerous as you think it is. Honestly, here's the thing about punk. Punk is all about being counterculture. So honestly, I think that kindness can absolutely be counterculture, especially when we live in a society where people tend to give each other garbage over showing any kind of niceness to one another. At least that has been my experience. So counterculture is basically what you define it as long as you are doing something that dismantles the establishment and that's something that you can rage against the machine and truly make progress in a world that is determined to keep you down unless you have too much money that can even be counted. This has been your anti-capitalist rant by Lorelei. I mean, admittedly not super well versed on the punk scene either, but either way, that actually takes us to the end of today's video. Yeah, alright. So, next time we are likely going to be going on our date with Matt, and hopefully we can be cool. Maybe we can be cool. That'd be nice. It'd be cool if we could be cool. Do you think I could be cool? Yeah, I'm totally cool. Hope to see you then.